Mic check, mic check. What's going on, world? You already know it's your boy SB, and I'd like to welcome y'all back to the 30th episode of Season 5 of the Roll Up Podcast. As always, before we get started, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all for y'all continuous support. It really means a lot to me. If you subscribe to the podcast, whether it be YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, man, I just want to say thank you for helping me push the campaign to the algorithm to put the movement in front of the right people. Thank you for helping me spread the movement via word of mouth, because I'm telling you, man, this campaign is literally only getting started. We on episode 30, and I got 50 more in the bag, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to show y'all that it's more than me just talking about it. It's me actually doing a do as well. And again, I just want to thank you for allowing the podcast to be a beacon of positivity on your journey. The reason why we are doing what we're doing, the numbers doing what they're doing, is credit to the love and support that y'all give day in and day out. And as I've said a million times already, I shall forever give thanks like a pilgrim. But before we get started, before we go any further, we got to cover some bases first. I would like to extend the invitation, if you haven't done so already, to like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign. As I said in the intro, we're going to take over the algorithm this year, so help me help you by continuing to share this with the homies, continue to engage with the content, because it's going to help a lot of people. You can also follow me on Instagram and Threads at The Roll Up Podcast. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel at The Sauce Brady Experience as well. Be sure to tap into the SauceBradyExperience.com. That's the official hub of The Roll Up Podcast. Again, I got a lot of great content that's getting ready to get put out soon. And the one way to not miss a beat is to stay tapped into the hub and stay up to date with what's to come. Also, be sure to check out the Sauce Factory and the Spot and grab you some merch. You can use code TRUPOD, that's TRUPOD, to receive 30% off your merch. Remember, every purchase qualifies you for an autographed copy of my book, You Deserve Better. That Season 5 collection going crazy, so make sure y'all hit the SauceBradyExperience.com and get that direct link to the Sauce Factory and the Spot. And you can also grab, my first book, Here's the Truth and You Deserve Better, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Both are great reads. The content is relatable. So if you're on day 1, day 421, you already know what time it is. I will also be starting a new campaign titled Gaming with Sauce, where I live stream some of my favorite video games, and we get a chance to chop it up with one another. I have a little Q&A segment, so y'all can get to know me a little bit better. Just want to connect with my people, man. So make sure y'all stay tapped in to that as well. But now that we got the business out of the way, it's time that we dive into today's conversation. In 1937, Napoleon Hill embarked on a journey to pick the minds of some of the most powerful people in history on their tips to become successful. In fact, after 29 years of conducting research and interviews, Napoleon managed to create one of the most prominent self-help books to date, boasting over 200 million copies sold and potentially millions of more lives changed. Inside this book, Hill made a list of 13 principles required to become successful. From resetting the subconscious mind, breaking down the importance of decision making, being persistent in the chase, even explaining how important the imagination is. The way he started the book is where it all begins, and also is the focal point of today's episode. When you look at the definition of desire, according to the Oxford Languages, desire is a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. When we remove the limitations of everyday life and think about what it is that we want out of life, we all have deep desires to be connected, have access to unlimited resources, and to be a beacon of love. But somewhere along the line, we let life convince us that what we desire and what we can actually get isn't real or attainable. Today's episode is a reminder that what you want from life is actually a lot closer than you think. As always, we got to kick the episode off with a quote. And today's quote obviously comes from Napoleon Hill, and it reads, "Desire is a starting point of all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything." You know that feeling you get when you're doing something that doesn't serve you, and that voice you hear that's telling you that you deserve much better? That, my friend, is your untapped potential trying to get your attention. If you ignore it and keep doing what you've been doing, you will continue to keep getting what you've been getting. But if you answer that call and decide it's time to focus on creating ways for you to get to where you want to be and not where life is taking you, what was once untapped potential becomes desire. Once you set on a conquest with the desire for better, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready to start that journey. Again, at the beginning, the journey will have you excited, feeling fresh, and rejuvenated. But when the adversities roll in and life is still coming at you full speed, that's when the desire to become successful comes into play. As the opening quote states, desire is a starting point of all achievement. Not saying you're going to do X, Y, and Z, not putting on a flex for the gram that you're doing something and you're really not, but you're actually coming up with a step-by-step articulate game plan and strategy to turn desirables into tangibles. When it comes to attracting the life that was designed for you, having the desire to see the mission through is a crucial element into turning dreams into reality. When you have the desire to do something, you stop at nothing until the deed is done. When you have the drive to accomplish a mission and motivation has worn off and you can't find that inspiration you need to push through, desire comes in and reminds you of what's at stake if you don't get to work. If that reminder doesn't kick you into gear, are you really sure that you're ready to get rid of the old you to become new? When you think about it, it is etched in our DNA to have desire. It's the driving force that helps us get anything done. If you don't obsess over the life you want to live, it's safe to say that you've allowed life's shenanigans to stop you from achieving more. This episode is a reminder to you, in the words of Gucci the Great, that the sauce is not on you, it's in you. When you're hungry, that is your body signaling you to get some food in your system. That same force that's reminding you to eat is the same force that's demanding you to become more than you are. Every day we wake up, it is our job to take control over the 24 hours that we have at our advantage. Every day, life presents us with an opportunity to pour into ourselves, and if you haven't learned by now, the content you consume the most ultimately dictates your perspective of the world. As I've said before, a lot of people don't want to believe that they are in control of their life. They rather blame the world for their problems instead of holding themselves accountable. You can lie to yourself all day long, but when you wake up one day and you realize that you squandered away all possibilities of being great, the bitterness will take over your life, and your brain will trick you into thinking that what you have is all that's meant for you. While that is true to an extent, it's your responsibility to seek more, and as long as you're tapped into your desires, you will always be on the lookout for opportunities to increase your health, wealth, and overall quality of life. As Napoleon put it in his book, there are 6 ways to help gain clarity in your desires. These are coming straight from his mouth and not mine, so I am in no way, shape, or form trying to say I came up with this idea, but I literally just sat down to create my 6-step game plan and figured it could help you gain clarity and purpose in your mission. The 6 steps are: defining your financial goal, determine what you'll give in return, set a deadline for your goal, develop a concrete plan for your goal, create a clear, concise statement, and reading your statement aloud daily. By taking these 6 steps to heart, I challenge you today to allow yourself to step out of your quote-unquote reality and step into the unknown. Step into the unpredictable and lay your own foundation to where you want to go in life. I won't go into detail about my specific statement because I've learned to keep my mouth shut until the ink dries completely. But I do want you to try this for yourself. I do want you to understand that the ultimate key in seeing our desires manifest is faith. When you have unwavering faith, no matter what life throws at you, you are still able to keep your eyes on the prize, and you do your part every day, even if it's 30 minutes, to contribute to the plan. Without unwavering faith, you will allow anxiety, the need to be in control of the intangibles, and stress to derail your plans. You have to be 100% faithful to your plan by doing what you have to do and making the necessary sacrifices to make it happen. Again, It's impossible to operate in a place of faith and a place of doubt at the same time. When you exercise your faith muscle, you will notice that the things that used to bother you won't bother you. When you move in faith, you are intentional with the work that you put in. As I've said before, the word for 2024 is execution. You can have the greatest plan in the world, but if you don't execute it to the T, you will always feel like you could be doing more. The times of selling ourselves short has came and gone. Prices are going to go up, whether we want them to or not. But these prices going up is your signal that it's time to work harder and smarter. It's time that we lay the distractions down and pick up the work we've been avoiding to get to where we're going. As I've said a million times before this season, this is our year. This is the year where we leave the lack mentality behind and we step into a state of abundance. It is our responsibility to see that our dreams come to life. It's not our friends, it's not our family, it's not our life situations or none of that. It's 100% ours. And I believe that if we stick with Napoleon Hill's formula, we will be able to see our wildest dreams manifest and be able to look back over our journey and celebrate the growth. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you were born with, who you were born to, or the living situation you were born in. Every single day, people come up from the bottom. Every single day, prayers get answered. And I'm 100% positive that if we stay the course, keeping our goals in front of us and working harder and smarter than we've ever done, we will be in places that we've only dreamt of. This is your reminder to get off your ass and get to it. Let this platform be proof to you that your goals matter. Most importantly, you matter. If you haven't started to attract the life you desire, this is your sign from God and the universe to get to it. As always, I just want to say thank you for spending some time with your boy. I hope I said something impactful in this episode to help you achieve your desired level of success. Remember, if it is to be, it is up to me. Be sure to tap into the SauceBradyExperience.com. Be sure to subscribe to the campaign on YouTube. Be sure to check out the Sauce Factory. Hit the spot, grab you some merch, get you an autographed copy of the book. Make sure you subscribe to my Patreon, man. Patreon.com/SBTV. I'm going to be dropping some real exclusive, off-the-chain, unbelievable, mind-boggling shit on Patreon. So make sure y'all tap into that as well. Also, be on the lookout for Gaming with Sauce, man. You already know. 420 coming up. Might be. Let me check the calendar real quick before I start hyping y'all up. Yeah, 420 just passed. So if you didn't celebrate on 420, today is 422. So that means you can celebrate it again. You already know it's your boy. Y'all hold it down. Peace.